Hello everybody and welcome to my channel, The Real Super Sam. Today is another comic book review and I hope you enjoy. Forgotten Spider-Man Rogues, Grey Goblin. Grey Goblin was sort of a challenge for me, not because he's in so much, but because there are so little. I could have made a complete history of Grey Goblin video, but that will be for another day. Grey Goblin, aka Gabriel Stacy's first appearance was in Amazing Spider-Man issue 509, and the storyline since passed and continued 6 issues into issue 514. We first see him as one of two assailants after Peter Parker and Spider-Man, but all in black. During the first fight, Gabriel takes off his mask for the first time. He and his partner see that Peter Parker is Spider-Man. We learn that the assassin, Gabriel and his sister, the other assailant called Sarah, are Gwen Stacy's kids. She gave birth to them right after she died. But, who is the father? Mary Jane reveals she knows who the father is. She's known for decades, and in hindsight, you may guess already. Norman Osborn, the Green Goblin. It explains how the kids are already so strong in suit because of Green Goblin's healing factor. Spider-Man confronts Gabriel with the truth, and his sister Sarah believes the truth also, except him. So Spider-Man tells him that he isn't their father, that Osborn lied to them their whole lives, that the Green Goblin is really his father. And the horrible truth about that night. After a fight, Gabriel falls in the river and finds a Green Goblin hideout with Norman's suit and a gray one. Grey Goblin takes the Goblin Serum, and he is different. He can handle it. He can handle it. He becomes Grey Goblin, the character of this whole video, and goes after Spider-Man, but he stinks as a supervillain. He gets beat and crashes into the river because of his glider malfunctioning. I think it's iconic that his glider broke is what finished him, like what happened to his dad. And at the end, he forgets about it all. His next appearance was in Spectacular Spider-Man Volume 2, issues 23 through 26, Sins Remembered, Sarah's story. It starts with the flashback, showing us some more sympathy for him. He is back, physically though, and has gone insane. Well, insaner. He thinks Sarah is faking being his sister. The two have a fight and Spider-Man goes after them. Eventually, Gabriel goes after Mary Jane. Spider-Man stops him and it is revealed that Gabriel thinks Mary Jane is his sister. At the end, Spidey beats him and things go happily ever after. He had a cameo in Amazing Spider-Man issue 598, but it's just a cameo, nothing noteworthy, and when I review this issue, him or his sister being referenced in it, it will make a lot of sense. His last to-date event was the spin-off series for Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man Presents American Son, a 4-issue miniseries. Now here Gabriel is back and meets his sort of brother Harry Osborn for the first time. The American Son and Gabriel are the same person. After Gabriel shot Harry, he came back and saved him. This time, the American Son isn't Harry Osborn, and Gabriel Stacy has gone crazy. At the end, he goes to jail, but they leave it open. Grey Goblin is a sort of sympathetic character. His mom is dead and never knew him. His dad is dead, or did die. No one knows about him, and he's now losing to Peter Parker, not a part of his plan. His backstory is what makes him interesting, I think. He insults Spider-Man, telling him that he is alone and is deserted. Just how he feels, a lot about him, is spelled out in what he says and does. He is really an interesting situation, especially thinking Spider-Man was his dad. There's not a lot to say about Grey Goblin. In his first two appearances, Peter Parker was married to Mary Jane, and Norman was still alive, but still in prison. A lot more things could have happened for his first appearance if Norman was out free. He uses razor bats and pumpkin bombs. He's a knockoff Green Goblin. No wonder he's forgotten. He was only Grey Goblin for one issue. It's amazing people still remember that there was a Grey Goblin. So this was another episode of Forgotten Spider-Man Rogues. Grey Goblin is just a character that is another Green Goblin with a different color scheme. In costume, that is. But way lamer. But he is a cool addition to Spider-Man's Rogues Gallery, like Red Goblin or another color they could with the word Goblin. Maybe it could have been Forgotten Spider-Man Rogues Gabriel Stacy, but that doesn't sound as good. This is a darker character for Spider-Man Rogues, and a maturity rating. No wonder he isn't seen outside the comics in alternate suits. Please comment your thoughts down below, and please like and subscribe, and have a good day.